Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're going to see what your message from Spirit is today. All right, I hope you all are doing fantastic. Thank you all for being here. As always, please take what resonates, leave what doesn't for someone else. All right, so we're going to start with Island Time Wellness and see what comes out here. I was guided to that deck first. So Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, Archangel Michael, what do you have for the collective today? Okay. Okay. So it looks like someone here got into a situation where they got into a commitment and they were seduced by someone. Okay. I don't feel like this is you. I feel like this is something that Spirit wants you to be aware of. Okay. There's someone here in your energy that, maybe there was some sort of engagement, maybe even a marriage, but whatever it was or whatever it is, it's some kind of partnership. It's some kind of commitment that someone here in your energy got involved in, and they were seduced into doing this. Now, as we know, nobody can force you to do anything, right? But this person they felt seduced. Like, it's almost like they were seduced by the devil. Okay. Maybe there was a demonic attachment involved here in this situation, because I'm kind of feeling that way. But I feel like whoever this is, they used potentially certain words. They knew exactly how to charm this person and what to say to get them to do whatever they wanted, okay, or make this decision. This could be a third party here for some of you, but it also could be, like a situation involving like a job or something else where this person, possibly feels trapped right now. Okay. And it's something that obviously created and still possibly even creates obstacles in this person's path, where this is something where it was potentially a test. And I feel like this person did not pass the test. Maybe this is something karmic where they were supposed to be strong internally and say no, but instead they were seduced. They allowed themselves to be in this low vibrational energy. And I feel like this person is now possibly kicking themselves, because not only whatever this is or was for this person, not only did it keep them from being with you, but it also, I'm hearing, has kept them from other things in their life too. Okay, so I feel like this person has lost out on multiple opportunities for maybe jobs or other things that could have led them to abundance, but this person pushed them away because of whatever this is or was for them. Okay, what else do you have, Spirit? What else is going on here? What else does the collective need to know? Anything else? Okay. Wow. Okay. So with the Grim Reaper, whatever this is for this person or whatever it was, it's over. Okay. This person is like going through endings. Okay. Could be, like I said, a third party situation, could be something related to a job, a career, whatever this is. I mean, I feel like whatever this opportunity was for this person, it was shady, and it was shady from the start. And this person, I feel like their intuition told them about this. Their intuition was warning them. It was like, how much do we need to warn you, about whatever this is? And they just pushed it away. They didn't listen. So now things have ended. I feel like they've ended in a pretty bad way. It says no second chances. Yeah. And, on the bottom of that card, it says grow and transform your life. So it's basically the fact that this person had chosen whatever path this was. It obviously didn't work out, and it's like really not working out, because I feel like this person is learning a very harsh lesson, and it's meant to help them grow and transform. hopefully they will learn their lessons here. But, when people don't want to learn, they don't want to grow, they don't want to look at things as lessons, they just keep repeating the same cycles, or, wanting to stay in that possibly comfortable devil energy that they've lived in. Sometimes the universe is like, okay, enough's enough. Obviously, you're not going to make the right choices for yourself, so we're going to show you that this is not the right path. And so I feel like that's what's happening to this person. Yeah, whatever this is or was for this person, it's ended. It has ended. Yeah, this person has been living a lie. Whatever this is, whatever this was, this person probably kept the truth from everybody in their life. Okay. Whatever the actual truth was or is surrounding this path that they chose. And I feel like, they've been wearing this mask that where like things have been good. If you ask them if they're doing okay, they're like, yeah, I'm doing great. Or yeah, I'm doing good. And that's not the case. And it hasn't been the case for a very long time, if ever. I feel like this person has constantly been wearing this mask. They've been in denial, and they've been in this idea of self-indulgence. Again, it's that low vibrational, all about me. What I don't really care what happens to other people, other things that are involved, things like that. It's all about me and doing what is best for me and me alone. And I feel like that is possibly part of this, what's gone on here, this situation. That, this person followed this path and they were seduced because whoever this was that seduced them knew that this person would be in this self-indulgent energy. Okay. Now it does say on the card here, focus on self and self-worth, doing shadow work and taking time to heal. I feel like that is the goal here with this person. That with self-indulgence, yes, it's important to give yourself that self-love and self-care. But I feel like this person took that to a point where they just didn't care about anybody else. And they would do whatever is necessary. It's almost like Five of Swords energy, that win at all cost, where they took this self-indulgence to a certain level where it was like, I don't really care about what happens with anybody else. I'm taking what's mine. I'm taking what I want, and I don't care about you all. So I feel like whoever this is could have very well been in that energy, and whoever seduced them knew that. And somehow they knew exactly what to say. All right. So this was doomed from the beginning, but the goal, like I said, was that this person got into this healthy self-indulgence energy where they did take the time to heal, where they did understand what their sense of self-worth was, and they, looked at their shadow and tried to work on things within themselves. Okay. Yeah, this person's losing everything. I've been getting this a little bit here and there in my readings. So, yeah. So it's talking here with the mirror card that, relationships reflect our wounding. And so I do feel like this person is finally understanding, or that's the goal here again, is that this person goes within and realizes that whatever they got themselves involved in here, it was due to their wounds. That negative and toxic self-indulgence that has been leading them and what has led them to be seduced into whatever this situation was for them, it was based on their wounding. Okay. So wounding as far as negative patterns, mindsets, beliefs, things like that. Okay. Yeah. On the bottom is the sword and the rose, talking about truth and clarity, revelations. I feel like this person is finally getting a revelation, is finally getting some clarity that they made the wrong choice here. But the reason why they're getting that truth and clarity is because the universe is taking it all away. It's creating this painful ending for this person. because I feel like the universe feels like there's no other way that this person would learn a lesson, unfortunately. All right, so let's see who this person is, what's going on here. I do feel with that engagement ring card that like I said, it could very well be a connection, a relationship that this person got themselves into. But I feel for some of them out there, at least, it's just a partnership of some sort, as far as like in business, career, something like that. Something where this person got led into something, maybe whoever this person is that seduced them knew that they were having money problems, and that this person was someone that was materialistic and thrived off of having enough money and, to buy things. And they were, maxing their credit cards and things like that. So they have no money. And so, things were promised to this person as far as money, and it never happened. You know what I mean? I mean, it could just be that, but we'll see. All right, Spirit. So who is this person? Like, what can you tell us about them? Who is this about? And what is this situation? Okay. All right. So with the Three of Wands, it did come out in reverse here. It's someone who wasn't looking toward the future. They were basically living in the moment. Okay. They were not thinking about how things would affect them in the future. They were more just being that in that self-indulgent energy as far as what will make me happy right now. And, living in the moment is always, it is a good thing. A lot of us, we maybe need to do more of that, where we might be, reflecting too much on the past, or, letting the past affect us. It's possible for some of us, or a lot of us, I should say, that maybe we're too focused on the future and we're not living enough in the moment, not living every day to the fullest. It is something that a lot of us, feel like we need to work on. But I feel like this person has kind of taken that to a different level, like I said. With that self-indulgent card, same thing. I feel like they take some of these things to a different level, where they were not looking at how things would affect them in the future. They were just looking at how things would pay out for them in the present. Okay. With the Nine of Swords, unfortunately, this person, they've been in a state of continual anxiety here. And I feel like it's because of this situation. I feel like this person is maybe ashamed. They could be embarrassed, guilty. That might be also why this person has been wearing a mask. Okay. And they most likely know that they need to look at their shadow. I feel like they've been in denial about that. And the more that they're in denial, the more anxiety they're feeling. So this person could be on medication for anxiety, possibly even depression. I feel like this person isn't sleeping. Okay, they're not doing well internally. Male or female doesn't matter the gender. They're showing up as the King of Wands. Okay, so the King of Wands is probably the most unpredictable and unstable king of all of them, at least in my way of doing tarot. Okay, the King of Wands, to me, yes, can be a good energy, but in the energy that I'm feeling today, in this reading, this is not a positive energy. This is something where the King of Wands, that wand energy here with this person, yes, it's about taking action, but the passion behind the action was toxic. It's not something that's healthy. It's not healthy passion. It's passion where this person is only thinking of themselves. It's passion where they take this self-indulgence to a toxic level, where, maybe if it does or did have to do with another person, and they got involved with this person could have measurably seduced this person, knowing that this person is in Wands energy, and that is something that would work. Okay. But with the King of Wands being here, this is an inconsistent energy. It's someone that has hesitancy about commitment. And so whatever this person got themselves into, I feel like maybe in the moment they felt like maybe, yeah, I could maybe commit to this. And then they realized, no, this is not something that I should have done. And because they had, come to that clarity, which, we talked about, I feel like this person is finally, understanding the repercussion and the consequences of their actions with the Nine of Swords. This person they're feeling very, very anxious. Okay. So, this person, like I said, it could have had to do with like schmegul stuff. It could have been lustful. It could have also, like I said, had to do with other vices that they have in their life that they feel are connected to passion, or that give them a sense of passion in their life. For some people, using certain substances is something that actually they feel helps them, become passionate, because for whatever reason, they have wounding that prevents that passion from coming out. But yeah, this person, they're going through it now. Yeah, they've either gone through or they could still be going through a tower here. And I feel like this tower is significant with this Grim Reaper energy. It's about this person transforming themselves. They're almost being forced to do that. And if they don't, if they still are in denial and they won't allow themselves to heal and transform and learn the lessons, I feel like it might get more difficult for them as time goes on. They might be presented with other situations or people who make things even more difficult. I feel like the towers are going to get worse for this person if they do not embrace the fact that they need to do this work. Okay. So yeah, the tower does have to do with commitment of some sort. It has to do with something that this person committed themselves to. Like I said, it could be a relationship, a connection. It could be just be like a business partnership, something like that. But I feel like whatever it was shady from the start. Yeah, it promised them something to do with maybe money. Maybe it had to do with stability. Maybe this person felt or was promised by whoever this is or was that there would be stability involved here. But I feel like that was not the case. It was just something that was used to charm them. And I feel like things kind of took a very long time before this person realized that things were not turning out the way that they were promised. And like I said, it could have been either a relationship, business deal, whatever it was, career path. Okay. And with Judgment, I feel like they are finally going through an awakening of some sort. They're becoming aware of what their choices have brought to them and that there are lessons involved here. Okay. I feel like maybe they're putting judgment on themselves. I feel like this person is embarrassed and, like I said, shameful. They might not want to talk about this with anybody because I feel like, maybe people in the past, maybe even you all knew that this was going on, or you had something as far as like intuitive feelings that something here was going on. And maybe you warned this person, and this person, did not listen to you. Maybe, this person might feel that if people knew the truth, that maybe they would be judged. Okay. But with Judgment being here, I do feel like this person, like I said, is being presented with lessons, and they are wanting to possibly start that healing process. Okay. Because, deep down, I feel like this person, they do want to be successful in life. I feel like this person does want success. I feel like as well with the Six of Wands being here, maybe this person, especially being in King of Wands energy, maybe they were very focused on attention, and maybe whoever this was that seduced them to whatever this opportunity was, they knew that, and they gave them the attention, and they promised them, the attention until maybe it stopped. Maybe the attention got taken away. Yeah. And they promised maybe that this person would have balance and peace in their life, when I feel like it was the opposite. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Instead, they got brokenhearted. Instead, it led to heartbreak. This person is being heartbroken. They are going through heartbreak right now. So they're feeling the consequences of their actions. Yep. And they brought this on themselves, because after the Three of Swords here is the Magician. They brought this on themselves. This is the bed that this person made. And the universe is like, okay, well, you know what? You want to make that decision? Okay. We're gonna show you what the consequences are to making that decision. And if you don't learn from this, we're gonna bring you something else. And we're gonna keep testing you until you pass. And until you decide that you want to commit yourself to changing. Because I do feel that this person had a soul contract with themselves, even when they came to this lifetime, that they were supposed to go through this. They were supposed to change and transform for the better. And this person is just in a state of continual denial, I feel, or they've been. So we have fire as far as signs. We've got air. We have earth. No water here yet. I have Scorpio, which that can be considered water. We also have Taurus, we have Libra, and Sagittarius. Okay. All right. So, Spirit, what is the significance of us knowing this right now? Why does, I'm always wondering, like, what is the significance here? Why is this coming out? So, Spirit, why is this coming out in this collective reading today? Why do we need to know this? I mean, I have an idea, but I want Spirit to tell us. So, okay. Yeah, you're getting communication. That's why. Yeah, that's what I figured. You're getting communication, most likely from this person. It could be that you hear something about this person. It could be related to this ending, whatever this is for this person. Okay. Obviously, a cycle is closed. And so you're going to hear about this. So just be prepared. Okay. You're most likely also going to hear about the lies, the deceit, the betrayal that was involved. So there was something here that this, like I said, this person got themselves into that they feel was a betrayal. Okay. I also feel that, this person, they're coming back your way. Now, whether you hear that with this Eight of Wands from this person, or it is like about this person, like I said, you are going to get some kind of communication. So you're going to hear this somehow. It is about an ending here of a cycle with this person, whatever they chose. But I feel that there is something here that's talking about potentially that this person wants to open up a cycle with you. And it could be with the Seven of Swords being here, that not only did this person go through betrayal and deceit and lies and whatever else with this other person or other situation, but I feel like the Seven of Swords has to do with you as well. So whatever the connection, was between the two of you, whatever transpired, there was a level of lying, deceitful behavior, betrayal that was involved as well. And now they want to come back. They want to apologize. This person wants to make amends, possibly talk about emotion, or, show their emotion for you. And they want to take control here. Okay. So it is very possible for a lot of you that this person wants to come and communicate with you with the Eight of Wands themselves, knowing that if other people talk to you about this, if you hear about this from someone else, that, the story might be, skewed in certain ways. You might not get the whole story. But the thing is that I feel like, if there was Seven of Swords energy between you and this person in the past. You probably don't trust them anyway. So whether you hear this from someone else or you hear it from them, I feel like you would almost believe other people before this person. And that might not resonate with all of you, but I feel like, the majority of you don't trust this person. Okay. And, maybe this person I feel had in the past, maybe they took control to a different level again. They felt like everything needed to be under their control. Maybe they were a very controlling person. Maybe they still are. Maybe this person was in their pride and ego. Maybe whatever this seduction was that came into their life, it boosted their ego even more. And so they had this inflated sense of self. Could also be with the Emperor that maybe this person was being promised to be like the head of a company or something like that. But like I said, whatever this is or was, it's ended. And now, this person wants to kind of take more control over, what happens here. And I feel like, that they want to come in and they want to apologize. For a lot of you, they want to apologize for not giving you your equal give and take. They know that you deserve that and they didn't give it to you. Maybe this person was entertaining whoever this was as far as this seduction is concerned, whether it's a third party romantic connection or, like I said, whether it was in business or, career. They obviously didn't give you your equal reciprocity. And they know that they need to make things right with you. A lot of you don't want that. Okay. So they are trying to change things. This person is trying to manifest things working in a different way for them. So again, they're trying to manifest. They're trying to manifest you back in their life. They're trying to make things happen in a different way. Okay. On the bottom is the Three of Swords. This person is still heartbroken, just so you know. And I feel like, this might be happening at a point where you are healing from them. But I feel like this might start ripping open some wounds that have healed, if this person comes back. Okay. Yeah. This person, I feel, maybe has tested your sense of inner strength. I also feel like this person has been holding back from you because of what they've, been dealing with and what they've done to you, the heartbreak. Yeah, I feel like at least at one point here, this person could have been wish fulfillment for you. And I am being told that you are their wish fulfillment, that maybe they were led astray by something shinier or something that, like I said, appealed to some sort of devil energy that they had inside of them. It was a test that they failed. So the problem is that, like I said, now, this person wants peace. This person wants peace. They want balance. They want to be in your good graces, but they're yes, they could be very fearful, but with the moon being here, I feel like this person, they have a lot hidden that they need to talk about. I mean, they need to be open about this. They need to be open and honest. So the thing is that will you trust them? And I have, like I said, a feeling that for the majority of you, you won't trust this person. So let's see here. So we do have cups now. So all signs are out here. We have Aries energy. We've got Gemini and Virgo. We've got Leo, Sagittarius, Pisces, and we have Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio. Okay. All right. So Spirit, what kind of energy is this person coming in? What kind of energy is this person going to present in if they come back to the collective's life? All right, let me see what that was. Okay. So we have the Star. They do want to heal things with you. They are inspired and hopeful that they can do this. I feel like this person looks to you as their guiding light. They are coming through as the Queen of Wands, though. Okay. And I feel that, male or female, we say male or female, doesn't matter the gender. Okay. And, maybe this person, I feel, could be balancing out their masculine and feminine energy in Wands energy. So I feel like, this is this person's energy here, where not only are they in the King of Wands energy, but they're also in the Queen of Wands energy. So they're still in this, inconsistent energy potentially, where passion and I almost want to say lustful energy, where it's lustful. It could be schmegsually, could also be lust as far as like materialism, money, things like that, power even. Because the Queen of Wands did not come out in reverse, but the Queen of Wands is someone who, stands in their power and they make things happen for themselves. So I feel like this person is really wanting to make things happen and make things so that they can be back in your life, but they're still in this Wands energy. And with the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands can be very positive and good energies. But I feel in this situation that I'm not so sure, and my third eye is like throbbing as I'm saying that. So the Six of Wands came out. I feel like this person, yeah, they do want to be successful, but I feel like it's possible that this person, the energy that they're in, they could be very attention seeking. And so if this person, hasn't had your attention in the past, like maybe that's what was able to seduce this person in the past. It was attention. So whether they got, schmegsual attention from someone, or whether they got promised that they would be in the limelight, like, they would have all eyes on them. It was something like that, I feel. Okay. So we have the Three of Cups in reverse. And I feel like whatever interference there was here between the two of you, whatever third party got in the way here that led them astray, I feel like they want to rebuke that. They want to push it away. They don't want that to be in the energy any longer. Okay. But they're also embodying King of Swords energy, where even though they're in Wands energy as well, this person is also in Swords energy, where they could be cold and detached at times. They might not be emotionally vulnerable. So even though, with the Knight of Cups here, they want to come back and maybe talk about feelings, I feel like it might be minimal. Okay. So this person could go back and forth here between being like, hot and cold with you. They might be still like struggling with wounding, things like that. With the Seven of Cups here, I feel like this person at their core, they want to make things work with you. They miss you. I feel like this person does feel hopeful that they can heal things with you, but I still feel like this person wants to keep their options open. So I feel like whoever this is, I feel like they're confused about what they want. And so that might be why, this person is potentially wanting to keep their options, open. And that might be why they're in this King of Wands, Queen of Wands energy. And that also might be why they're going back and forth between being hot and cold. So that's the energy that they might be in. Now, on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Ten of Cups. I feel like this person has an emotional attachment to you. They know that you make them ultimately happy. Okay. And with the Queen of Cups coming out as well, Male or female, doesn't matter your gender. I feel like you showed this person unconditional love, and that's why they feel the 10 of Cups is with you. I feel like this person, when they got led astray, that they felt like the 10 of Cups didn't matter or not matter as much. But now that things have ended, they are understanding that they really want this 10 of Cups back. But it's like, do you want someone who didn't choose you from the beginning? They obviously chose something else. But they want to come back because they know that you love them unconditionally. And I feel like maybe you've given them multiple chances in the past, and that's something that they're betting on. We do have the Knight of Wands energy here. Okay. We do have the Eight of Cups as well. So I feel like they do want to walk away from this player energy or this inconsistent, non-committal energy. I feel like they want to walk away from it, but it's something that's making them extremely anxious. The fact of healing, the fact of doing the shadow work, the fact of going within and reflecting on themselves, I feel like that is something that they're feeling very anxious about. So I don't feel that this person has healed or is healing. It's not that, I feel like this person can't do it. It's just that they've been holding themselves back. Okay. And, they do feel like they're in this stuck and stagnant energy. All right. Now I will say, I'm still looking at the bottom of the deck here. They do feel like you are their counterpart at the end of the day, and they do have love for you. Okay. But they do feel like they're lacking. They're not good enough. This person doesn't feel good enough. They feel like maybe it could be financially, it could be in all sorts of ways. This person feels like they just are not at the same level as you. And so, I feel like this person, number one, doesn't feel like they're a part of your life anymore because they probably aren't. And they hate that. But they did this to themselves. And so they put themselves in this Five of Pentacle energy. They were tested and they failed it. And Spirit is basically saying that is justice here in this situation. Okay. I don't, hate to say karma, but I feel like it is their karma. Okay. So be prepared that you are going to get communication either about this person or from this person about this situation that they've been in. Okay. And they're most likely going to want to, give you an apology, maybe even express emotion to you. They want to be back in your life. And, I do feel for a lot of you, you might not want this person. So let's see here. As far as signs, we have all signs that are out here. We have, which I think I mentioned already, but we also have Aquarius energy. We have Libra, Pisces, and it looks like that's it. Okay. All right. Well, I hope this reading brought you some information, some clarity, some insight. If you feel like it resonates with you and your story, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, take care. Namaste.